Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fast growing gear site on the web. Today we're going to uncrate the Fly Racing Trekker. What's up, Speed Addicts fan? Before we jump in and tell you about the all-new Fly Racing Trekker helmet, do us both a favor, subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. That way you don't miss out on first look. Speed Addicts is always getting advanced access to the latest parts and gear coming your way in the industry. Subscribe, don't miss out. Also, if you'd like to purchase one of these beautiful Trekker helmets we're going to be reviewing today, we make it real easy to shop with us here at speedaddicts.com. There's a link in the description below. They'll get you right over to the new 2023 Fly Racing Trekker helmet. You'll also be able to shop for any of the parts or gear you might need for your next two-wheel adventure. So, the Fly Trekker was definitely one of the Fly Racing's top-selling helmets for a number of years. It went away during the pandemic. They basically stopped production on it to come out with the new and improved version that you see before me here. They've rolled out a new suite of graphics and colorways. Our favorite, the Battleship Gray, is now available to you. The price tag, $189 to $199, making this one of the more affordable dual sport helmets on the market today. It is on the books at close to 4 pounds. They're quoting 3 pounds, 13 ounces. On our scales, it's actually a little bit lighter. This thing is closer to 3.5 pounds, depending on which size you go with. So lightweight, especially considering you're getting that interior drop-down visor, you're getting the peak, you know, all the different parts added on here. It is still nice and lightweight. It is a polycarbonate shell. It is DOT and ECE 2205, not the new 2206 variant of that ECE test. It is still dual homologated, which I like to see. I'm not quite sure, because this is a new helmet, why they didn't step it up to the 2206. That's something I would have liked to see, but still pretty good considering you have both that 2205 and the DOT homologation. Intermediate oval head shape. That means it's going to fit most of your heads here in the United States. You see that it has a new redesigned bottom opening, which is cool looking. It doesn't want to sit on the table quite perfectly. There it goes. It's going to sit still. 2 shell sizes. Intermediate oval head shape means it's going to fit most of you guys in the United States, like I was just saying. And we find it to run true. Sizes extra small up to 2 extra large. Another thing I would like to see is if they brought that up into the 3 and 4X range. But you can go by that Fly sizing chart. You're going to be on the money. It does run true, like I'm saying. In case you have any issues, you really should be shopping for your helmets here at Speed Addicts when it comes to fit, because we offer no-cost returns. That's right. You can get a free return label in a few clicks. All you have to do is live in the lower 48 states, make sure the gear is brand new in original condition, and we're not going to nickel and dime you like those other guys. You're just going to get a free return label. We're going to treat you like family. Give us a shot. You won't be sorry. On to the helmet. Enough with my shameless plugs. Okay, we're going to start with the peak. You'll notice, kind of skin this animal a different way here. A lot of these dual sport helmets, the peak is connected at the pivot kit for the face shield. Not with the new Trekker. They've raised it up here. That's allowed them to clear the helmet by quite a ways. It's kind of like that flying bridge design. You see this huge gap up here. It's going to allow the airflow to sneak between the helmet and this peak so that it tugs less on your head at those highway speeds. It's a really cool, smart way to do it. You notice they don't have a stay here in the middle. Again, that's to offer you a little bit less restriction from the airflow at speeds, because this is a dual sport helmet. You're going to take it on-road, you're going to take it off-road. A lot of you probably won't even hit the dirt. You just want the dual sport look. You want the peak for the sun protection, and there you have it. Now, you can run this helmet without the peak. You can use these screws, remove that, and run it more as a traditional full face. The other thing you get with a dual sport helmet that you're not going to get with a traditional full face street helmet is an enormous eye opening, right? An eye port here has a lot of peripheries. You can fit a goggle in here, no problem. This eye port is quite large, okay? We'll get to the face shield in a minute. Let's back up and talk about the ventilation. One thing I like about this helmet is all the ventilation shuts completely off, not only the intakes, but also the exhaust. That is unusual for a helmet in this price range. You have your standard chin bar vent. Okay, you got a bunch of different gills here that open and close. This switch is a little sticky, and because the shape of it kind of wants to, your finger kind of wants to slide off, not stoked on that design, but there's plenty of room for air to flow. The top vent, I like a lot more. This is kind of one of those big slab switches here. Really easy to work with gloves on. It's hard to miss. It's really big, and it's going to open not 1, not 2, but actually 3 ports. So you notice those 2 up there, they're kind of hiding behind the peak, and and then you've got a third bigger port here. So you're gonna get a lot of airflow coming through the front of the Trekker, and in the back, you have 2 passive winglet vents, and then that exhaust port on the back, which is fully switchable, like I was telling you before, so you can shut down the ventilation better than some of the other dual sport helmets out there. I think they probably did that because I have a feeling they're going to use this helmet in a snow configuration, so cold weather folks might be using this. It has the plugs for the breath box in there, so I imagine you're going to see a Trekker Snow Edition coming your way. Let's get back to the anti-fog face shield. You'll notice this is not pin lock prepped, but it is anti-fog. Whenever someone claims to have an anti-fog coating, I usually huff and puff on it and see how it performs. And I noticed that when I tried to fog it up, the anti-fog did battle back quite well, so fog hopefully won't be a problem for you. The shield has a number of very stiff detents here. You're gonna open it over here on the left side. You open that. Now you can keep it kind of right here. This is what I call the demist setting. It's gonna allow a little bit of airflow to sneak through the gasket there. If you wanna move into your next position, it's right here, and that is pretty stiff. That's gonna hold up to the wind. If you want a little bit more airflow, then you have another setting here. So it's like number 4, and then you're gonna have fully open. This is really stiff. The reason why they probably did that on a dual sport helmet is in case you're riding off-road and you're hitting bumps, you're doing more technical single track riding, you have the face shield up, you have goggles on perhaps. They don't want this face shield to come down on you when you don't intend to. So very stiff detents there. Now, you can run those goggles, like I said, nice large eye port. That won't be an issue. If you're not gonna run goggles, you're probably gonna wanna deploy your internal sun visor. Now, the sun visor is activated with this lever over here on your left side. And this lever is not really inspiring a ton of confidence for me. It is plastic, and I'm a little bit concerned over the years that this could cause you problems. Now, it can be replaced, and Fly is really good about their warranty, but just something I feel like could have been designed a little bit better, or maybe used a metal piece here. But that is how you deploy that sun visor, okay? So we'll leave that down, and we're gonna put this face shield in the down position. When it comes to removing the shield or the peak, this one you can get away with like a nickel or something. Probably same here. Otherwise, you're gonna use a screwdriver if you wanna switch these out. So you gotta carry a tool if you're gonna be doing those on the road, or some sort of coinage would get it done. Okay, so down around the bottom, you notice this is kind of a new modern design for them. I'd say for the money, they really knocked it out of the park. Just the design, the angles on it, looks really good, looks modern, looks up to date. They're gonna get a lot of years out of this new design here. When it comes to comm systems, you do have this little lip here to compete with, but you probably mount just fine a little bit behind. So right about here, this is pretty flat, shouldn't have any problems. You can go with a clip style mount, adhesive mount, whatever sort of comm system you wanna run, shouldn't be an issue. Inside, you do have speaker pockets. So this has been intended to be a comm system compatible helmet. In the bottom here, you got like a micro suede, nice quality, good job Fly. It's not just one material, right? It's more expensive to have all these different panels. It looks cool, feels premium. They're giving you the chin curtain. That's nice as well. Let's remove these cheek pads and see the interior. You're gonna see double D ring closure, not a quick release. We're gonna open this up. Bear with me. Okay, the cheek pads are gonna come out like so. Got a couple snaps. Part of the neck roll system here. And there is your cheek pad system. We'll remove the bottom. I'll show you where the speaker pockets are. This is all their quick dry, comfort liner, antimicrobial fast drying. There is the bottom cheek pad system. You notice little holes here cut because they are expecting that you might install a comm system into that speaker pocket down below. Let's pull out the comfort liner. We'll show you the interior. You're gonna get a 1-year warranty from Fly, which is a little bit lacking. I'd prefer to see at least 2 years with moving parts involved here. We're gonna go ahead and remove this comfort liner all the way. On the brown, they're using one of these kind of wedge clips, which I like to take my time with as to not damage the helmet here. This one is fresh. Okay, that took me a second, but you can see there are these little snaps here. It's not just, it takes a little bit of force. You gotta get right in there on that snap. You gotta kind of pull it and it'll pop out once you have it there. So see what I'm talking about? Those snaps take a little bit more force than your average liner connection. This is what your headliner looks like. No surprises there. And we'll remove that and show you the interior. Yeah, ports and channels for your cooling pleasure. That does it. The Fly Racing Trekker, always one of the all-stars in that kind of entry-level to mid-range dual sport helmet lineup. You're getting that drop-down sun visor, you're getting DOT homologation, you're getting ECE 2205, new color packages, lots of ventilation. Most importantly, this thing's not going to yank on your head at those higher speeds, so if you do intend to use it on road a fair bit, this new Peak design should do quite well. If there's a question I didn't answer, Rider Sports, always standing by at speedaddicts.com to take care of you. That's right, you can always talk to a human over there, over the phone, live chat, or email. None of you probably have one of these yet, but when you do, go ahead and let us know how you like them in the comment section below. Don't just take my word for it. That does it for today, folks. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.